Last quarter moon tarot reading for my soul family, April 21st, 2025. We are going to look at the current obstacle, how we can release or move past that obstacle, as well as what the end result of having done so would be. I am going to start with the most prominent energies and then wrap it all up with any additional advice and messages from the universe. As always, just keep in mind that it may or may not resonate, and you have free will, so you can always change the outcome of this. But yeah, all right. Most prominent energies for my soul family, please. April 21st, 2025. Purification with rain. The masculine, number 42. I feel like there's something to do with you taking some sort of action, the decision to take some sort of action. I feel like the rain, the purification, is speaking to an energy of healing. I feel like it's speaking to an energy of clearing as well. I feel like with that clearing comes change, right? It's like working with a clean slate, starting over. Making the decision to start over. I feel like embracing that decision to start over as well with the masculine. Earth magic fairies is on the bottom, and there's the ancient healing wisdom, the shaman. I feel like this is you embracing some enlightenment. I feel like that helps lead towards this energy of healing. Being open to it. Rainbow with blessings. Darkness with the long night moon, number 40. Discernment with the waning gibbous, number 10. I feel like it is you embracing that enlightenment. I feel like this is you making a clear-cut decision about something, being willing to make a clear-cut decision about something that you know you need to make. I feel like it does involve a change. I feel like it is the end of something for you. It means the end of something that you've come to know, that you've come to be used to. I want to say darkness. I feel like this is you moving towards what it is that you know deep down you need to move towards with the moon. I feel like it's moving that direction. I feel like not being afraid of what's ahead and also what you're leaving behind, making the decision to move down that path. I feel like it comes with an energy of grace as well. Most prominent energies for my soul family, April 21st, 2025. Opposition with balance. I feel like that's where the grace comes into play. I feel like this is your choice in how you're choosing to deal with something. I feel like there's an energy of you making a conscious effort to do something in a practical manner. I feel like do something in a way that's fair and balanced. I feel like also that's right. I feel like it's true to you. Choosing how you confront things, choosing how you interact. I feel like it's something to do with the conflict. It could just be internal conflict. It could be external as well. But I feel like it's how you're choosing to handle that conflict. What you're choosing to see when it comes to that conflict, I want to say too, right? Because this opposition is about relating. Venus love is on the bottom. I feel like this has to do with what it is that you value. I feel like it has to do with what it is you're looking to receive, what you're wanting to attract. And I feel like how you do that is by exuding that same energy, right? Receiving what it is that you're putting out, keeping that in mind. For my soul family, April 21st, 2025, most prominent energies, please. Last quarter moon. Thank you, 10th house reputation. I think I said in the last message, it's how your thoughts are translating, right, into your reality. And I feel like that's what that's coming back to with the balance. 10th house reputation. I feel like there is an energy of responsibility here, but I feel like there's also an energy of achievement. I feel like there is an energy of purpose as well. being purposeful, right? And how you're choosing to interact, how you're choosing to react or respond to certain things that may be challenging. I feel like there is also something to do with the alignment, with the balance. What's conflicting with your values? What's conflicting with your ideals? Ascendant outlook is here on the bottom. This has to do with your point of view. It has to do with your approach. I feel like how you're moving about something, how you're choosing to move about something. I feel like it does require a change, or it is involving a change. It could be a change that's requiring a change, right? Nothing changes if nothing changes. It's coming back to that message. I feel like it does have to do with what you're choosing to embody, the emotions you're choosing to focus on, the things or what have you, the thoughts that you're choosing to focus on. I feel like there is something taking you out of your comfort zone. It's attempting to take you out of your comfort zone. I feel like you are needing to open up to it, embrace it, because I feel like it's a new path, a new direction. For my soul family, most prominent energies, April 21st, 2025. This last quarter moon, please. Yep, okay. Ascendant outlook. What's on the bottom? Moon with feelings and fourth house roots. So it does have to do with your habits. I feel like it has to do with your comfort zone. All right. I feel like being in a shell, needing to step out from that shell, break some old habits here. I feel like the moon, I feel like it has to do with those gut reactions. It has to do with that sense of comfort. It's embodying some change. I feel like that is requiring you to step out of your habits, step out of your shell, your comfort zone. I feel like being confident in that, being empowered by that, not allowing yourself to get overwhelmed by the emotions that are less productive. It's what you're choosing to focus on, what you're choosing to concentrate on. Being practical, being productive. Being deliberate in your actions, being deliberate when it comes to an energy of self-care so that you can be deliberate in your actions, grounding yourself. I feel like it does lead towards an energy of growth. What's the current obstacle for my soul family with this last quarter moon, April 21st, 2025? What is the current obstacle here? For my soul family, please. Ten of Fire. I feel like it does have to do with what's overwhelming to you, or what, you know, what you see as being overwhelming. I feel like where you perceive something to be a lot of work, I want to say. King of Fire is here in the Tower. I feel like there is a shift. I feel like that's the change that's been coming up. The King of Fire is that heart's desire. I feel like moving in that direction, but there is something to do with the work that's being asked of you. You're struggling with it. I feel like you're worried about how you'll be able to make it happen, make something happen, or like move through something successfully. How can my soul family release or move past this obstacle at the time of the last quarter moon, April 21st, 2025? Seven of Water. I feel like it's what you're choosing to focus on, where you're choosing to put your focus, right? I feel like you can either view it from that standpoint of it being a lot of work, or having a lot to do, having a lot to like juggle and shuffle, but I feel like at the same point you could also look at it from how that's going to get you where you're looking to go, where it is you're desiring to go, all right, with that King of Fire. I feel like that's what's manifesting into your reality, right? That's why that balance is so necessary. Alright, what's the result of having moved past this obstacle, please, for my soul family with the Ten of Fire? Five of Fire. I feel like you're going to be giving up something here. I feel like something here is going to come to an end. I feel like it is related to confrontation or conflict, something that does not benefit you in the long run. I want to say it's something that doesn't serve your higher good in the long run. I feel like it would be bringing you out of that energy. On the bottom is the Emperor. I do feel like you would be finding yourself in like this greater sense of power. I feel like this is you standing out from that Five of Fire energy on your own, in your power. Let's clarify for my soul family, what about the current obstacle with the Ten of Fire at the time of this last quarter moon, April 21st, 2025? What about it? It's the Sun, yeah. Ten of Pentacles is on the bottom, and the Hierophant. Current obstacle. I feel like this is you being open to some sort of change. I feel like this is you being open to some sort of new direction. All right. I feel like focusing on that, focusing on how that's going to be of benefit to you, focusing on how that's going to help you grow, where it's going to take you from a positive standpoint rather than like, you know, just all the things you have to do to get there, right? I feel like it does take you to the Ten of Pentacles energy where there's this greater sense of stability and security. In the Hierophant, I feel like it's that energy of leveling up again. It's leveling up. And I feel like it's because you're honoring something that you know to be true for yourself. When it comes to your intuition, your heart, I feel like this is taking what you've learned and applying it. Being open to that. Not focusing on what it means you have to do in the process, right? I feel like you're more worried about like how many steps you have to climb to get there rather than just like being focused on getting there. And I feel like that's the current obstacle, is that you're kind of like lacking faith in your ability to get there. That you can achieve something you're wanting to achieve. That you're ready to, it's like, I feel like there's a readiness to set out to achieve it. But you stop yourself, or you have stopped yourself up to this point. And there's still a little bit of doubt. I feel like there's still a little bit of uncertainty. And I feel like it could be because you don't know what's up ahead. You're afraid of what's possibly ahead. I feel like you're kind of making scenarios up in your mind that haven't actually played out. And I feel like you have to watch that. You have to be careful of that. What else about the Ten of Fire, current obstacle for my soul family at the time of this last quarter moon, April 21st, 2025? What else about the Ten of Fire? Seven of Wands. Yeah. I feel like there's a bit of a defensiveness. I feel like you're a little bit closed off to it, okay? That is the current obstacle. Three of Cups is on the bottom, and the Page of Wands. See, I feel like there's a little bit of this energy where you're not like fully confident. You're not fully sure about where you're going, how you're getting there, whether or not you'll achieve it. I feel like the Three of Cups, there's an energy of you wanting it, longing for it, but I feel like you're not sure if you belong. You're not sure what belongs. You're not sure what belongs. What about the Seven of Water? How my soul family can release or move past the obstacle at the time of this last quarter moon, April 21st, 2025. What about the Seven of Water? King of Swords and the Ace of Swords. I feel like there's definitely something to do with that clarity. I feel like it's your perspective. I feel like this is your thoughts, how they're translating into your reality. Cutting out what it is you need to cut out, cutting out what is not serving you, what you know is not serving you. I feel like this is a means of you focusing on what your truth is, where your truth is taking you. Being brave enough to move down that path, walk in that direction, move in that direction. On the bottom is the World. I feel like being brave enough to close out a cycle and move into a new cycle. I feel like there is progress, there is achievement, but I feel like you have to be willing, you have to be open. What about the Five of Fire and result of having moved past or released the obstacle for my soul family at the time of this last quarter moon, April 21st, 2025? What about the Five of Fire? Eight of Pentacles. And the Hierophant. On the bottom is the Ten of Swords and the Four of Swords. I feel like you do move into a place where you are healing. I feel like you move into a place where you are growing, making progress. I feel like there is something you're achieving. I feel like there is something you're focused on achieving. I feel like it does have to do with that level up. I feel like you're making peace with something. Making peace with yourself, making peace with who it is that you are, how it is that you got where you are. I feel like it builds up your power, it builds up your self-confidence. It brings about an energy of peace. And I do feel like there's something to do with your happiness. Let's clarify more for my soul family. Tell us about the current obstacle with the Ten of Fire, the Sun, and the Seven of Wands at the time of this last quarter moon, April 21st, 2025. What more about the Ten of Fire? Alright, so there's something to do with soul connection here and a union. You have finger pointing on the bottom, which is about partners reflecting wounds, relationships mirroring what we are, taking responsibility, right? Which we talked about already. I do feel like there's some level of being overwhelmed by what you're having to do, how you're having to do it, right? But I feel like this is kind of like a promise you're making to yourself. There is this energy of you being dedicated to what it is you want, what it is you desire, what's true to your heart here, all right, with the wedding rings. I feel like that, you know, is coming back to what you're choosing to focus on and what you're attracting, all right? It's that reflective energy. What about the Seven of Water for my soul family? How to release or move past the current obstacle at the time of thank you. Money issues. I feel like you are needing to trust. I feel like you are needing to release an energy of fear. I feel like also take control, but in a sense of also like relinquishing a little bit of control. Because I feel like what you're trying to keep control of is like the status quo, and that's what you're needing to not focus on. That's what you're needing to not do to yourself, I want to say, because I feel like there's something else that you're wanting. There's something else that's meant for you. I feel like you know it. Your truth is your truth. And I feel like this is you being grounded and being practical about what it is that you have to do to get there. Not allowing yourself to get carried away in thought. Not allowing yourself to get overly emotional. I feel like feel your emotions, but don't drown in them. Don't drown in your feelings. Don't get caught up in your thoughts to the point where you're not taking the actions that you need to take, all right? I feel like the money issues is that it's that root chakra, it's that earth energy, that's that grounding energy. The King of Air, the King of Swords, is not always on the ground. He's up in the clouds. Tell us more about the Five of Fire for my soul family, the end result of having moved past the obstacle at the time of this last quarter moon. The Golden Mirror. Okay. End result, Golden Mirror. Altered view is on the bottom. Oh. It's that reflection. It's coming back to that reflection. I feel like that leads to that clearing, that cleansing with the purification. I feel like you do move into a place of healing. You could be coming out of some sort of conflict with the Golden Mirror, seeing things differently. I feel like, again, not focusing on the things that have been, the things that have proved difficult over time, but rather where it's brought you, how it's brought you to where you are, where you're going. okay? Not allowing those things from the past to influence your direction, the feelings that you have when it comes to your direction, yourself, what's in your heart. I feel like it's like learning to forgive others, but also learning to forgive yourself, not staying caught up in the past. I feel like it's the purpose of all things past. Final advice and messages for my soul family at the time of this last quarter moon, April 21st, 2025, please. What's your final advice and messages, please? Yeah. Aligning words with actions, frustration, karmic lessons. I feel like it is taking those lessons in stride and doing what it is that you have to do to bring yourself out from, I feel like, a tough situation, some sort of conflict, something that causes you to feel, I want to say regretful or resentful, frustrated. I feel like not focusing on that frustration, not focusing on like all that you might have to do to see improvement with a situation or to be able to achieve something you're wanting to achieve, but rather just like focusing on that alignment, focusing on that balance and that grounding and that practicality in each step. Don't look at the whole staircase, just look at each step, okay? Take it by the day. It's not about the staircase, it's the step, it's the journey there, all right? I feel like it's a matter of feeling whole and at peace on the way there. An offering is here. I feel like coming out of this place of bad health, feeling more confident, feeling more secure. There is an energy of progress. I feel like there is an energy of security with Virgo. I feel like it's you transmuting the negativity and that frustration into something more positive, focusing on that faith, focusing on, again, each step, not the whole staircase. Okay? Final advice and messages for my soul family at the time of this last quarter moon, April 21st, 2025. What's your final advice and messages for my soul family this last quarter moon? Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. Emotions are running high. Super moon. A new start is coming. New moon. Can I get another one for my soul family? Final advice and messages. Last quarter moon, April 20th. Thank you. Yeah, your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. Focusing on each step. Your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. Final advice and messages for my soul family at the time of this last quarter moon, please. April 21st. Thank you. We had this one in the last message. Channel your knowledge. Critical judgment. Number 8. I feel like it is honoring what it is that you know. It's honoring the knowledge that you have, okay? Making that decision to honor it. I feel like sticking to it. Aligning your actions with that truth. Let go of fear, divine will, number 12. Final advice and messages for my soul family, April 21st, 2025, the last quarter moon, please. What do you have for my soul family? Final advice. Yes, just go for it. I feel like be brave, okay? New moon, fresh start, new beginnings. Final advice and messages for my soul family at the time of this last quarter moon, April 21st, 2025. Can we get a numerology? (444) protection. Get ready for the good things you've been hoping for. You were born for a higher calling. Put your energy into going toward your ambitions, and the universe will align itself to provide you with the right people, circumstances, and resources to make things happen. This does have to do with change, truth, character, guidance, love. So I do feel like there is an energy of you moving towards what's going to be more beneficial. I feel like it is you aligning with your truth. My throat, I'm so sorry. Okay. You may be struggling with that still. 1515, the big break. An opportunity, help, cash, or other support is coming your way, so keep going and have fun when performing your tasks. The 10 of Wands. The most tremendous success comes from passion. All efforts will be rewarded big time. So focus on the goals. Do not focus on like all you're having to do to reach that goal, okay? Focus on each step, not the whole staircase, okay? Progress, forward movement, creating something new. I feel like creating something that is more in alignment with who you are as a human being, what's in your heart, what's in your soul, okay? It does require some adjustment, but I feel like it is beneficial in the long run. I feel like it pays off, okay? It's going to pay off in the long run. Can I get a crystal medicine for my soul family with this last quarter moon, please? April 21st, 2025. Can we get a crystal medicine? Divine Feminine, Black Moonstone, number 10 with the moon. I feel like it's honoring that intuition. I feel like it is also coming back to that balance, right? I feel like it's seeing the good in things, seeing the possibilities, having that hope, embracing that faith, thinking positive. I feel like there is an energy of grounding with that as well, because I feel like just as easily you could allow yourself to get caught up in your more negative emotions attached to the situation rather than like the positive, right? And I feel like it's also reiterating that whole thing where we got a while back, the thoughts feeding the feelings and the feelings feeding the thoughts. Do not get caught up in that cycle. Keep yourself grounded, keep yourself balanced, and I feel like move with purpose. Do things with purpose. Take each step purposely. Be mindful of each step, but do not focus on the whole staircase at once, okay? Keep moving up. Healer here on the bottom. I feel like that's the energy you're moving towards, is that healing. Seeing the beauty in things, seeing the beauty in yourself, embracing it all. Even where I feel like there's been difficulties along the way. All right? Cleansing, purification. The Divine Masculine. I feel like this is bringing things back together, bringing things back into alignment. Within yourself, around yourself. You will see progress, but I feel like you have to keep going. You have to focus on where it is that you're going. Okay? So I wish you much love. I wish you much luck. I hope you stay safe, and I will catch you soon.